That violent thug being led away in handcuffs is Councilman Tommy Bryant of Tarrant, Alabama. He got into an altercation. In fact, I wouldn't even call it a fight. He attacked this man in a parking lot after a city council meeting. That man he attacked is the mayor of Tarrant. His name is Wayman Newton. As you can see, it went down, but there was a cop right there next to him. It's almost like he didn't expect to have any consequences for assaulting someone. But before we get into more about that assault, which is the first problem with this whole thing, I want to look at the response from Wayman Newton again, because there was a bit of what I thought was a flop, but then it turned into, ooh, here it comes. Watch this again. Okay, here we come. Keep me up. There's the swing. Wayman drops to the ground on his knees. Oh my God, he hit my face, hurts. Oh no, wait a second, I actually want to come back and whoop this guy's ass. But the cops have already intervened. It's not gonna work out for him. This whole thing is having a serious effect on this town, but it's not the beginning of it. This started a while ago. First of all, the messy details of how this whole thing happened here. Newton said he went to speak to Police Chief Wendell Major when he said the 78-year-old Bryant accosted him. He started attacking me and verbally assaulting me, is what Newton said. We exchanged words, and then he came at me. He sucker punched me. So I talked about that assault charge that he probably got as he got led away in handcuffs. This 78-year-old man attacked this mayor, black man mayor, white guy city councilman. Bryant, who was the attacker, was arrested and taken to the Jefferson County Jail, where he was booked on a harassment charge. I'm gonna say that again, he was booked on a harassment charge. He was booked into the county lockup at 9:56, released 11:37, and he posted $1,000 bond on that harassment charge. Newton said that he believes the charge should be assault. He says, and it wasn't a simple assault. I'm willing to agree with Newton on that. That was a punch being thrown in front of a cop. Harassment. Here's some more of the history, because this goes deep, yeah. This goes really deep. Since he was sworn in, Newton has been met with resistance from a majority of the city council and some department heads. On his very first day in office, Newton had a confrontation with the now retired police chief, Dennis Reno, over his request for Tarrant to hire more black police officers. Newton said there were no black officers on the force when he took office. The police that I referred to, that Mr. Reno had in place, was simple, and to quote him exactly, is what the police chief said. I don't hire black officers because black officers don't like to police their own. That's his concern, that's his belief system as the police chief of this little town. Reno filed a misdemeanor assault charge against Newton. No, this is the police chief claiming that he slammed his arm in a door when they had some kind of a disagreement argument. Newton later released this video of Reno leaving that meeting that they had, which he said disproved Reno's claim of an assault. Here's this video that the mayor released after the police chief, who has since left, said he hurt him with his arm in this door. I want you guys to try and see if any of that happened in this video. Gets a pat on the shoulder. Nice job fighting with the mayor, police chief. Yes, there's more. I hope you're stacking up all the things you're thinking about saying it, because there's more. There was even more aggression towards Newton. So again, this punch was not the first thing. One of the items that was set for tonight's council meeting, where they were having this whole fight, was a resolution authored by Bryant to reinstate the city's fire chief, who was fired in 2021 after he was charged with pulling a gun on an Atlanta realtor. Black folks that he thought were breaking into and destroying a home because she was showing it. So he fired that guy, and then everyone's mad at him for that as well. It's almost like this city's kind of run upside down, and then once a mayor comes in looking to bring things on the up and up, he gets met with constant resistance. There's one more kicker to this, but I'm gonna save that for a second. What's your thoughts here, Yaz?
It's amazing. It's incredible that we've gotten to this point. It's incredible that these are our leaders. These are the people who are supposed to be the best of us, the people who think that they deserve to be in charge of the rest of us. And by the way, these are also the people who are so critical and so unforgiving of other offenders in the criminal justice system. If anybody else commits a crime, it's like, well, you weren't complying, you should have been doing this, you should have been doing that. When we know that that's not how things work, that's not how life works for a lot of these people. But that is how our electoral system works, right? People put themselves up for election. They think of themselves as capable and deserving of leading others. It's up to the voters to discern whether or not they actually are. But we all know how effective the electoral system can be. And we all know how easy it is for these people to kind of slip through the cracks. We can't get to a point where racially motivated physical altercations between elected officials goes unpunished. We gotta stomp this out right now, because I don't know where it's gonna go from here.
Apparently violence, because again, in some of these towns, I think they feel like there's this bubble around them and no one else really can penetrate and find out what's happening, how they run it, and how they treat other folks that come in looking to do things differently because they were elected. You brought up these racial components. How dare you accuse this 78-year-old white guy of being a racist just because he punched a black mayor? That's way too little of evidence, Yaz. So let's watch this from a previous city council meeting where the same two were in, and the guy speaking is the same person who threw that punch. Watch this.
The N-word.
I mean, I know I'm black.
Do we have a house here?
Yeah. Okay.
Do we? Hey, do we? Would she please stand up?
Y'all are seeing this, right, Cameron?
Is there a house N-word in here? He says in front of everyone at the city council meeting. Good job, Tarrant. I'm hoping that Wayman Newton has enough protection and folks around him to make sure nothing else happens to him, because I don't think they're very happy that this is now exploding to the next step and the next step. Let's keep real. That was a year ago. He's still on that city council. Says a lot about what they're doing out there. The Republican Party condemned him there and everything. And then they said, but yeah, we're not really gonna do anything. You kidding me? We're okay with it. We just wanna act like we're not okay with it. Please, kid me, Republicans.